What's good? Welcome to First String Podcast. On today's episode of First String Podcast, we have the one and only Miss Donna Hopkins joining us today. We got a Redskins recap plus a trade. Said has a leaking oil. Lady A has a spot of tea. Al has a foursome. We're also going to do contenders or pretenders NFC style. So y'all know how we do. I hope y'all ready. We got a lot to get to. Let's go.
It's wartime, baby. This what you signed up for. This what we worked hard for. You for. Y'all the first string. Y'all gotta go set the tone now. Hey, let's go. Lace them up. It's the First String Podcast show. Hey, let's go. They spitting facts on the First String Podcast show. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Hey, let's go. Cause it's time for the First String Podcast show. Hey, let's go. Lace them up. It's the First String Podcast show. Hey, let's go. They spitting facts on the First String Podcast show. Imagine talking sports, having fun with the fam. At a starting lineup, First String is what you have. An entertaining stream with the Pro Bowl cash. When the viewers chime in, they gon' answer what you ask. Representing for the Queens, yeah, we got Lady A. A super knowledgeable woman who can break down any play. Say it from the South, so he rep GA. The Falcons, the Bulldogs, the whole Peach State. Drunk Uncle Al, only way you can describe him. Every time he crack the mic, you know he gon' be wildin'. Last but not least, it's my man Toothpick. Commanders is a squad and he the captain of the ship. So if you feel the vibe, go ahead and tune in. Like, subscribe, recommend to a friend. Nah, for real, like, subscribe, and recommend this to a friend. Hey, let's go. Cause it's time for the First String Podcast show.
Welcome back to First String Podcast. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to First String Podcast. Hit the bell to enable alerts for new content just like this. And the most important part about this whole thing is that you tell a friend to tell a friend about First String Podcast. That way we continue to grow and bring you great content like we're going to do today. Now, like I told you, on today's show, we have Miss Donna Hopkins, who's going to bring us the latest news and notes for the Washington Commanders. Let's get everybody in here because tonight is sort of a big night. Say it. How you doing, man? Okay, say it's frozen. We'll bring Say it in when he's unfrozen. Let's go straight to HR and find out how she's doing. Hello, Lady A.
Hello. I didn't think he was frozen.
He was frozen. He's still not moving back there.
He sort of is.
He's a little camera shy right now. That's okay.
We'll figure it out.
All right. And listen, we got Al. We'll find out about Al later today. But for right now, Al, how are you doing?
Good evening. Breaking news. I've been traded. I'll tell you the team later, man. I've been traded mid show. So I'll give you all the details later on.
Okay.
But good evening, everyone. Good to see you.
Good
all.
evening, Al.
Wonderful election and podcast night.
Right. Al's been traded. Great. Now, let's bring in.
Quick.
Yeah, sir. We can hear you. You're just not moving.
That Wi-Fi is going crazy.
We sort of hear you.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. Okay.
Okay.
He's going to fix it. He's going to fix it. Let's bring in Miss Donna Hopkins.
Hello.
Well, hello, ma'am. It seems like we get you on the best nights. Like everything always happens when we have you lined up to come on. So let's not even waste any time, okay? Let's get right into it. Today was a big day, NFL trade deadline. The Washington Commanders are 7-2. You either make a move, stand pat, and let's break it down.
Yeah, Adam Peters is never going to be quiet in the process of trying to make this team better and moving them forward. He always plugs in people where it's needed on the team, and the cornerback position was one that they always have struggled with and trying to add some depth there. So they go out to the Saints and get LaShawn Lattimore, which is he's 27. They say that he's got a little hamstring issue, but I'm not for sure how much of an issue that is. Even if it is, it's so key for him to be on this team moving forward and looking at the bigger picture.
Yeah. So let's look at it like this. What does he? Okay, Marshawn Lynch and Mike Evans had some great battles in that NFC South, right? Our defense is gelling. They are starting to play really well. What does he add to that unit, that secondary unit?
Oh my gosh, they needed a guy coverage-wise. Because Mikey Sanders Steele is on one end, they moved from the inside to the outside. So Benjamin St. Juice, I'm not, I guess that they wanted to add some depth to the other side, along with St. Juice. So Lattimore adds an experienced guy, a lockdown guy, 4 Pro Bowls, I think. So he comes with great credentials. So they were looking to get a solid lockdown guy as far as the other cornerback on that side. And so he fits what the Commanders were looking for in a solid player over there. It was some missing pieces still on that defense, and that was one of the areas that they definitely wanted to upgrade a little bit more, to make them have a little bit more depth, lockdown guy. So he's going to be so key, being that the defensive line has played well since Johnny Newton has been inserted in there in place of John Allen, because Allen is out with an injury, and they complement each other as far as Deron Payne and Johnny Newton. And you can see the difference between him in there versus a John Allen. I'm not knocking John Allen or anything like that, but Johnny Newton has been able to plug up that middle. They've been better in stopping the run. And you've seen a lot more defensive pressure up front since Johnny Newton has been in there and across this whole defensive line. And the other person is Dante Fowler. He's the guy that has got 6 sacks in the last 5 games. And he pretty much, to me, has stepped it up. Then you go a little further in Jeremy Chin and what he's doing. I mean, he was a little quiet at the beginning of the season, but what he's been able to do in these last 2 games, you're starting to see that safety position. Quan Martin was already playing well, but Jeremy Chin and Quan Martin and Percy Butler, those 3 guys are really, as Bobby Wagner told me last week, is the safety position with Chin, Martin, and Percy Butler. They're the reason why this defense is winning right now with their play.
Nice, Lady A.
I'm sorry, I was muted. So a lot of people while we're on the subject, we were talking about Lattimore. A lot of people were looking out, for him. They were really interested in him. And I did notice that, yes, we're supposed to get him due to the trade. It is pending a physical. Can you tell us a little bit how that process will normally go? Like, how long will we be waiting for this in reference to his physical and getting the final word on that? What typically do we see in this situation?
He could be ready to play this week if everything pans out. So once that trade went through, where, the draft picks and all of that stuff was worked out, then he automatically gets a physical. He could probably have the physical tomorrow. Adam Peters is going to talk to the media at 12:15. I'll kind of chime back in and let you know what's said there, but you can listen to that. But he's just letting us know about the process of why they went after Lattimore. But his physical is going to take place. Probably it was taking place today, tomorrow. So come this weekend, he could be in uniform. And if everything is okay as far as the hamstring, you could see him possibly in that Commander's uniform playing some form or fashion. And if not this week, surely next week.
Al.
Good evening again, Donna. With moves comes expectations.
I'm just trying to figure out that hat on the top of your head.
Don't worry about that.
I'm not worried about it because
I'm
Look,
still thinking of
nobody is worried about that hat. Nobody is worried about that hat right now
We
because y'all
still
got y'all's
live
own
rent
trouble.
free. I see we still live rent free in y'all head. But like I said, like I said, with moves comes expectations. And what do you see now with this move of making Lattimore in the secondary, a point of emphasis for y'all that y'all need help with, and him being such a bona fide star that a lot of people were looking to attain. How do you think this adjusts the expectations for the fans, for the organization, and for the team, of course?
Let me tell you, this front office is so on point right now as far as the needs of this team. And to bring a Lattimore in to plug into a hole that they've been trying to improve on all season long. I'm telling you that what they're doing is plugging in these holes to make themselves better towards the run, for the second half of the season. So for them to have the success that they had, which nobody saw that probably in that 7-2 start, but we're in the second half. These games in November, December, they count more. I mean, what you've done in the first half, you just set yourself up. But what you do in the second half sets you up for a playoff run and so forth. So what Lattimore does is he helps you with that playoff run a little bit more because of his skill sets. Like you said, everybody was jarring after trying to get this guy right now. He's probably happy to be ran out of New Orleans.
I'm sure.
That team is a train wreck right now. The coach was fired, Dennis Allen, last week after 7 straight losses. And so therefore the players are trying to jet. So for Lattimore to land in the Commanders' hands, which they probably didn't foresee that before this deadline came up, it just makes this unit a little bit more stronger in the secondary, being that the defensive line is playing better. It's going to be a big task this week when they play the Pittsburgh Steelers, because the Pittsburgh Steelers come in with a strong defense. Washington is going to face a veteran quarterback, Bobby Wagner is familiar with Russell Wilson. So it's a big task, and to better yourself to be in contenders. When you look at the trades around the NFL, Pittsburgh got better because they were looking to shore up their team a little bit, being that they wanted to stay on pace with Baltimore. The Ravens, they shored up themselves a little bit more too. And then you had Detroit, who lost Hutchinson. They ended up getting a key plug in too. And then therefore we talked about Washington. They plugged in a needed hole in a secondary guy that they mostly needed to be even better on that defense as it gets better. So this was a key move for Washington for the second half of the season as they try to push forward to stay even with Philadelphia and hopefully, making the playoff for the first time in a minute. And definitely this new regime of coaching is so key. I talked about playing Pittsburgh this week. Kingsbury is going to be a key factor in this game and what he dials up, because if you notice about each team that he played with so far, he's been able to utilize his skill sets in putting this team and Jayden Daniel in the right position each and every game.
Oh, Donna, I'm sorry. You forgot one trade, Mingo to the Cowboys, all 127 yards that he's had this season. I thought you might want to mention that.
I didn't even put y'all in the conversation because you're going to be without your quarterback for a minute and your wide receivers. So, a team like Dallas is not in the conversation right now. But, but the thing that I want to say too is, even in the divisional games, no matter how bad a team is performing and whatever, it's a divisional game.
Yep.
So it's so key for people to realize is that a team may be underperforming and not performing well, but when it comes to division, just ask Pittsburgh. Or just ask Baltimore. By what? Cleveland?
Cleveland. They got beat by Cleveland.
And then Cleveland ends up losing last week. So a divisional game is a divisional game. It doesn't matter the record. I told someone last week, throw out the records against the Giants because it doesn't mean anything. You have to come to play. So I mean, Washington, when you look at the stretch of their schedule moving forward, I mean, they've got Pittsburgh, and the Pittsburgh game, I
Philly.
think, is a measuring game for this team to start off because of the defense and the offense side of the ball for Pittsburgh. And then they got Philadelphia on Thursday, a short week to turn around to go on the road to play Philly. Then they've got Dallas. So they've got 2 divisional games against Philadelphia to play still. They got 2 against Dallas to play. That's a 4-game stretch that, is key
It
game.
matters.
Very telling. Be very, very
Everything
telling.
matters when you
Who
play
would've-
the division, because those divisional games kind of like put you in the position to win the division. So you're talking about Washington with 4 divisional games to go in the second half of the season. That is so key. That's the reason why they got that last game, a flex game right now.
Right.
Who would have thought that the Washington Commanders would go right now? As of right now, we are 2-1 versus the AFC North, with our final game coming up this Sunday, where we have a chance to either go 3-1 versus the AFC North or 2-2 versus the AFC North.
2-2 sounds most probable.
No,
Yeah.
out.
Go
No.
sit down.
Yeah, go to the corner.
I got a question real
Get in
quick.
there.
I got a
He
question real
worry
quick.
about his own team.
Right.
I'm sorry, my internet is acting up a little bit. But the question is, if you could add a piece to the offensive scheme right now, what would you try to add?
The offensive scheme, I'm just thinking that everything is clicking. I mean, really, what he's dialing up each game, because the offensive line was an area that I always talked about that I had the biggest concern, because I didn't think that they addressed it enough. They only got Brandon Coleman, and he was considered a guard versus a tackle. And he really has worked out, because his play last week in the Giants game, he was going up against their top defensive guy. He played the whole game because of Cornelius Lucas' injury. And I mean, he didn't miss a beat. It was probably his best game, and he was just coming off of concussion, being out with the concussion protocol. And he really played, he really showed up and showed out, as they said. So the offensive line has surprised me with the way that they are just clicking and gelling right now. And Jayden Daniels helps that offensive line a lot as far as passing. The pass, passing versus a run, and it's because of what Jayden can do with his feet. And the key thing that probably people don't realize is the Commanders only turned over the ball 3 times.
Yep.
That's through 9 games. It's so key, a reason why they're winning right now. So I don't know. I was thinking about the offensive line, because they got a little depth there. But as we go towards the season, the team that can stay the healthiest is going to be the most successful. And the Commanders have been able to kind of like stay away from the injury bug to a certain degree, although Brian Robinson has been nicked up a little bit, but they've got a strong running game. They did create depth there in their running game this year, because with Eckler, with McNichols, and then guess what? Chris
Rodriguez, he showed out.
He was about to be off the team. He actually was cut, and then they brought him back on the practice squad. And so when he got his opportunity to be back in there again, he made sure that he made himself known with the production that he had last week, because he was the leading rusher last week with 11 carries for, I think, 50-some yards. So they've got depth, even with Brian Robinson out there. But Brian Robinson adds another he adds another area to the running game that the other 3 don't, because he's your bruiser, he's the guy, short yardage, and then he can get you he's just a different type runner. But the key thing right there is they can rest up a Brian Robinson with that hamstring injury. He was nursing a little knee injury, but they can rest him up a little bit because of the depth there. And the wide receiver crew, I mean, I thought that was another area that they probably needed to get another body, but Noah Brown has really worked out really well, because he's really played, well through the stretches of one, and that was the other receiver they per se. And the way that Terry and Jayden is just connecting, Terry may not be getting the 1,000, the 100-yard games or whatever, but it's the type of catches that he's catching. If you saw that touchdown on Sunday, and Jayden had to put that ball
right past the DB's
right
head.
there in there. And Jaden had the nerve to say he could have threw a better ball. I don't know how much better you could have thrown to get that ball, to squeeze it in there to Terry. And the way, I mean, it was a perfect ball that was thrown in the right situation for Terry to be able to catch that. So
Right.
Jaden is perfection. I guess he's saying I could do more. And then Jaden has made the receiving court so much better, because remember, De'Ami Brown wasn't even in the conversation. Everybody was expecting him when he was drafted. This is the guy, that the downfield guy and whatever. And then you didn't hear of him. He had good preseason, but he vanished in the regular season. But the receiving group, to me, Jaden Daniels is making them all better. De'Ami made the big catch last week, although the Giant player couldn't tackle worth 2 cents. So De'Ami just ran past him, but he made a good catch. And then they're catching and they're making yardage after the catch. And then, as the receivers told me, they're doing a great job, even more so, is what they're doing when they don't have the ball. They're keeping moving and all that. And then Luke McCaffrey. So when you think about De'Ami, Terry, Noah Brown, Luke McCaffrey, the tight ends that are playing really well, I don't know what else you would get on the offensive side of the ball, because I think that you got the pieces that you need right now.
Donna, last 2 questions, one from me and then one from the real Telly here. Let's start with Telly's question. He says, Donna, will Sanders still go back to the middle, or will he stay outside to pair with Lattimore?
It's so funny because earlier I was just talking to some of my colleagues about that, and we were going back. And this is the thing, and Mike Sanders still, his true position is the inside. Mm-hmm. But the thing about it is he was struggling in the beginning of the season playing inside. So the coaches, as Dan Quinn and Joe Witt told me last week when I asked about Mikey, is that what do they like about him now that he's playing outside? And they said it was a gamble at first, as far as, playing him outside. So they were taking a chance, not knowing how that was going to work out. Well, guess what? It really has worked out well, because he doesn't have to really think per se a lot, and react, and think about so many things in the inside, but he's really played well. So would the coaches disrupt that by putting him back in the inside, or would they leave him where he's been productive there? It's going to be a hard decision. I'm going to ask that question tomorrow. As far and this week with Coach Joe Witt, now that you've got Lattimore, do you move Mikey back on? I'm sure that's going to be a question from not if I don't ask it, somebody else is going to beat me to it. But I don't know how that's going to work out, because do you put both of them? Do you need Mikey on the outside and then Lattimore on the other side? And then who do you put in, the inside? I mean, St. probably doesn't fit there. So that's going to be a tough decision. But if things are working, I have a tendency not to want to touch those things.
Right. Okay. So Lady A has a better question than I do, so she's going to get the last question.
So we're talking about Lattimore. We also know that the team wanted to go ahead and assess interest for Emmanuel Forbes. Mm-hmm. Wanted to know what your thoughts are, what you know about the Emmanuel Forbes situation, because he's not really what we expected coming over to this team.
Yeah, every week somebody asks the question about Emmanuel Forbes, and the other one that we haven't mentioned is Derek Force. He's not getting any play this year either, because of Chin and those guys that have come in and play well, and Percy Butler, and then Quan Martin. So what do you do with the Derek Force also? I mean, he's right there playing special teams, and although Emmanuel Forbes is doing the same. And every week they ask, hey, what about Emmanuel Forbes? Why didn't he get any burn this week? And it's just Coach Witt always saying it depends on the game situation and who they're facing and whatever. But I mean, you got to put, as they tell me each week, you got to put your best players in there each and every week. And it may not be the Emmanuel Forbes, depending on who you're going to be matched up with your opponent. So, I mean, right now, I thought that with this coaching staff that Emmanuel Forbes would be able to play much better, because this is a teaching, coaching staff that really pulls out the best in each player. And it may be just what you see is what it is, because I thought it was unfair last year with the bad coaching staff that they had for Emmanuel Forbes' development. But that's not the question this year, because this coaching staff has made each player better. Look at Aquan Martin that's just blossoming in this offense, and a slow start by Jeremy Chin that's blossoming now. And Jeremy Chin said the 7-2 point of this team right now. He's the 7 wins is the most that he's ever had in his career. So with Emmanuel Forbes, is a big question mark there as far as if he's going to be on this team for the rest of this year or even next year, with the way this organization is putting the pieces in building a solid team moving forward. And as they told me, it's competition. And if you're not winning the competition, you're not going to be on the field. And that's what's showing week in and week out, is the guys that are competing and winning the battles and whatever, they're the ones on the field right now. And so it's a big question mark as far as Emmanuel Forbes moving forward right now.
Thank you, Donna. Listen, I got one more question for you tomorrow. I believe they opened the 21-day window for Jordan McGee. That's his name, the linebacker.
Jordan McGee, yeah. Well, remember he played last week. He came back in and he was playing last week. So he's already been on the field. I talked to him a couple of weeks ago, and when they, brought him back up. And so he played some special teams about a week. So the last 2 weeks, he's been there 2 weeks now. So they're trying to even insert him more in the defensive scheme. So let me tell you, Jordan McGee, had he not gotten hurt in the beginning of the season, training camp and all of that, this was the guy that really stepped up and it made Jameson
Winston. Jameson. Davis. I said Winston.
I mean, I like Jamin and Davis, but he's the one who pushed Jamin Davis out of that lineup because of his play. And he's just going to add more depth to that linebacking group and everything that makes them even more better, because the way that Frankie Louvu and Bobby Wagner, the coach on the field, Bobby Wagner had his best game, as Dan Quinn said last week. And it seems like that this team is just getting better each week as far as what they're putting in place and everything. You can just see that something is special starting to build. And to me, and a lot of people, that they've already, past our expectations of this team, because nobody's seen this team at 7-2 at this stage of the game. So they've already, been better than anybody thinks. So moving forward, the second half of the season, like I said, is going to be a telltale as far as where this team is moving forward. And it's all about staying healthy.
Yep. If they keep doing this and they get 11 wins, Brian Mitchell's going to be wearing a pink tutu. Can't wait for that.
Hey, I'm not mad. I might be wearing a pink tutu with him, but his would be a little more stranger than him wearing it versus me.
Right. Thank you for your time. We really appreciate it.
Always
Thank
fun
you so
kicking
much.
it with you all.
I look forward to hearing your voice tomorrow at that press conference. Can't wait to hear your questions. Have a great one.
Have a good evening.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was Miss Donna Hopkins. Don't forget to check her out on the Tony McGee show. Of course, you guys already know that. Of course, we always try to bring you the latest news and notes for the Washington Commanders. Lady A, the Washington Commanders are 7-2. They are 7-2. Nobody saw that coming. Al didn't see it coming. Sid didn't see it coming. Nobody saw that coming.
We should pull the tape from before the season started.
For what?
Right.
Y'all remember when we were going through?
I remember.
What are we telling tape for?
We got the clip. Say got the clip notes. What did I say about the Commanders, about their record?
You ain't say 7+ wins. You might have said 7 for the season.
We didn't go week by week.
Hey, I know a couple people.
7 for the season.
I know a couple of people that was on some burgundy and gold.
I was
Hope
with high numbers, and y'all were looking at me like I was crazy.
Yeah, as we should have.
Why?
Ashburn syndrome was
Hindsight is
Okay.
always
Hold on, lady. I gotta hear you. Give me a
Let's
second.
get ahead of ourselves.
I
This
was-
is
I feel
definitely
like your
this is
numbers.
Okay, you ready?
definitely ahead
You
of
ready?
schedule
Okay, yeah,
in
tell me.
everybody's
Lady
perspective,
A,
including
Lady A.
yours.
You said 13-4.
Mm.
Pick. You said
Wow.
12.
I said 12-5. Woo.
Man, you should have got boy. Y'all should have been drug tested.
I think we was drug tested, and I'm gonna tell you what came back. It came back negative. Look, let's say what's up to everybody in the chat. Okay. Let's say what's up. Bruce Glass first in the building, followed by the one and the only Mr. My God, Dump Truck Don is in the building. John has checked it. He says his patented I have arrived. I've arrived. AP and DQ signed, seized right now.
Nice.
Size right now. Size right now. Okay, cool. I'm trying to read it off of that instead of reading it off here. So how about I only want to hit the like button is what he's asking. Droop's in the building. Please make sure you hit that like button. Again, we are live here. We just had Miss Donna Hopkins on, co-host of the Tony McGee show. Yeah, Tony McGee show. Racer X is in the building, of course. Big Racer X is in the building. I'm just trying to go through here and see everybody that's in the building because you guys, y'all are sitting here chatting away. The real Telly, who we had a question for, which was an excellent question, Telly, actually got in there. We got Teddy E in the building, right? So Teddy E's what they call him. Hey, say it. Guess what? We got a new subscriber, Brian N. Subscribe to the podcast. He subscribed here just about 9 minutes ago. So thank you very much for doing that for us, Brian.
Thank you,
really
Brian.
do appreciate it, man. So make sure y'all hit those likes and things like that. Okay, listen, let's review this Washington Commanders win over the New York Giants. There was one concerning thing that got me in this game, which was the New York Giants came out and they were determined to run the ball. They came out and they was like, yeah, we're going to run the ball. And that's what they wanted to do. And they were doing a great job of it. Got inside the red zone. Daniel Jones fumbles. Tides turned from there. Right? The Washington Commanders made adjustments in the second half, which we do appreciate because a team that can adjust and move around and make things difficult for you, they absolutely have a great coaching staff and players that can adapt on the fly. Lady A, what concerns you in the first half of this Washington Commanders game?
Well, I feel like it's consistent for me from game to game. There are certain things that are still concerned, even if they are improving. Like our line, our offensive line, it's always been a concern, but it's actually giving me a little more comfort through each week. From week 2 to now, big change, big difference. The Giants, I feel like they can run the ball all day. My main concern was the amount of points that we allowed them to score. Plain and simple. You're supposed to, and I'm going to take this quote from Al. You're supposed to beat the teams that you're supposed to beat and the way that you're supposed to beat them.
This is true. That's what Al said. And I understand what he means too, because I have a serious question for Al a little later when we go around the NFL. Don't let me forget. Okay. Don, you're incorrect.
I listen.
Don, you're incorrect. In the third quarter, they did make adjustments to their run defense. The adjustments were so good that they really stopped them from running. So don't say that they stopped running the ball. The amount of points that they got down would say they couldn't run the ball no more. And they got down that amount of points because they couldn't run the ball. So they then had no choice but to turn to the pass. Mm-hmm. If you can't run the ball, you're not going to keep trying to run the ball because they stopped you from running the ball. So now you're going to pass. And that's what happened. Adjustments.
Yeah.
In the second half, Don does bring up a point. They did pass the ball on us, which leads to Marshawn Lattimore coming because they started to target They started to target Neighbors a lot. They started to target him a lot, and we know Benjamin St. Juste is prone to getting uh, defensive PI called on him a lot. So um, those things started to happen, and our pass defense did need some help. We do need a number one corner. And the way that the one question I never got to ask Donna was, and I want everybody to chime in on this, is adding a Lattimore. How does that help your run defense? How does that help your run defense when you have
put more guys in the box? I mean, you can put more guys in the box, and it allows you to one, two, for your safeties to not have to be so apprehensive of coming up to support the run. You can scheme wise, blitz wise, a little bit different. Even when you run blitzes and things on those lines, because you feel more confident on your island corners out there. You can shift coverage, you can shade coverage with the safety to your weaker side corners. And let your strong side corner, you can have him follow the best receiver around and do different things. Scheme wise, having a top flight corner, if anybody is a defensive coordinator's dream, because truly allows him to focus 10 or 9 now, if that makes sense. Because you can have one guy locked down, you can have the other 10 guys locked in on the other 9 guys, with your quarterback being the guy if he's not a running quarterback. So it gives you a big advantage if you have a lockdown quarter, if Lattimore proves out to be with you all where he's been in the past.
Okay, Said, you my guy down in the trenches. You know that. You know, when it comes to defensive lines and things like that, Said, you know I'm coming to you, right? So the Giants did run on us, and you know Pittsburgh is going to bring the run. They're going to bring the run. They what would you do? What would you do now that you may have a Lattimore available to you come Sunday, right? You may have a Lattimore available to you. I'm just going to say you do have a Lattimore available to you. How are you going to attack Pittsburgh's run offense?
Okay, first of all, I mean, yeah, you may have Lattimore coming, but you still got a big problem with these wide receivers. Because you got George Pickens, who's tall, athletic, can make all the crazy catches.
Mike Williams.
The thing that pushes everybody back is Calvin Austin. Because Calvin Austin is that Tyreek Hill type wide receiver, top speed, cannot run anybody. So with what's that boy name at quarterback? Anyway,
Russell Wilson.
Because I almost said Justin Fields.
You want to say Justin Fields?
My pet is deep. My pet is deep.
That's right.
But that means the offensive line has to do what they're supposed to do. Russell's not going to run, or he will, but that's not his first instinct is to run.
Right.
So the way the defensive line affected the game in the second half of last week's game, they have to bring that to the first half of this game. They have to get their push up the middle and add a slant, and not do it to where Russell can get outside, and because Russell will go outside to extend the play.
Right.
They got the crush the pocket around him so that he can't do that. And then at the same time, they're gonna have to figure out how to do over under on the wide receivers.
Yeah.
Because I mean, let's be realistic. The boy is a monster out there. And if you check his numbers are just going up and up and up, and it's weird, you know. And that's what you guys gonna have to do.
Yeah.
We're not gonna sit here and let you get all this Georgia love in.
No, I'm just saying.
We know that's really what's happening.
The defensive line is what's going to be the catalyst of making Russell Wilson make mistakes and not throw the ball deep. Because if y'all give him a chance to roll to one side or the other, he's gonna throw the ball. Pickens is the number one deep throw wide receiver right now.
All right.
Whereas with Justin Fields, it was Calvin Austin, top speed. So it's a little switch back and forth, but that you got to worry about. And better yet, the defense needs to have somebody watch out for Darnell Washington. Because I don't know if you noticed in the last game they played, Darnell Washington is getting more targets.
Right.
It's been gradual. It's been real gradual the way they're doing it, but he's getting more targets. 6'7".
What you got at?
I'm saying, I hope the team that I've been traded to, the Pittsburgh Steelers, are listening to me right now. and I've been
hold on,
traded.
wait, hold on. Did you say you got traded to the Pittsburgh
I
Steelers?
got traded to the Steelers. I think.
Well, why you got that hat on, Al?
Because I'm still waiting the physical. So I didn't want to take it off until I had to
clear
clear
waivers.
You got to pass his physical.
I got to clear waivers.
He got to paperwork.
I got to clear paperwork. But my point is, I actually think Justin Fields will be a more difficult cover for you all this weekend if he was to play, because a running quarterback has given you all trouble in the past. And I'm hoping that they're going to put him in the game plan more actively than they have these last few games, because I think it would definitely keep you all's defensive schemes off balance. Keep them with the key to beating you all is keeping the ball. If you all not going to turn it over, you got to keep the ball out your offensive hands. And your offense has been clicking very well. So Pittsburgh needs to find ways to continue to move those chains, keep the ball, have the running game effective through your quarterback and your running back, but also test you all downstairs, because of course the cornerback has been your weakest part of your defense. If you do it from the front line, linebacker, secondary, that's been the easiest part to attack.
Okay. Let's do this. All right. So we got a couple things to do in the NFL. Traded to Pittsburgh. We got a couple things to do in the NFL. So let's go contender. No, let's go around the NFL first, okay? Let's go around the NFL. We're gonna go, huh?
Don't ask me no questions. I'm gonna give you the truth.
No, I got you. We're gonna go around the NFL, but we're gonna stay on the AFC side, okay? We're gonna stay on the AFC side because we're going to do our contenders or pretenders on the NFC side, right? Okay. So, matter of fact, yeah, we're not even going to touch that Thursday night game because we did that already. AFC side, we did that the Thursday night game when everybody lost that game. The Cardinals versus the Miami Dolphins.
Okay.
The Arizona Cardinals versus the Miami Dolphins. I don't know what's gotten into Kyler Murray the last couple of weeks. Hold on, wait.
Yeah, that was last week, Pick.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad. Because I was about to say, hold on, wait. But they did it again. They did it again. They played Chicago.
He was rewinding too far.
Yeah, no, let's go. Here we go. I knew I was right. The Arizona Cardinals versus Chicago Bears. Even though I said I was going to go to the AFC side, let's start off on this NFC side. The Arizona Cardinals hosting the Chicago Bears. Mm-hmm. We all thought that Washington would have, or some people thought that Washington would have a hangover from the Hail Mary game. It turns out the Chicago Bears seems to be the team that had the hangover from the Hail Mary game. And meanwhile, Kyler Murray, the last 2 weeks, because don't forget, they beat Miami in the final few seconds with a walk-off field goal to win that game. Kyler Murray's been playing better. He came out against San Fran and did his thing early and put them away. And then he faded away for a couple of weeks. But did Arizona find their stride over the last couple of weeks? What do y'all think?
Arizona's leading the daggone NFC West. If you're not quiet, they're leading. So, I don't know if they found their stride or, like I said, everybody's coming back to the pack. I mean, it can be a combination of both, but they're definitely offensively and defensively playing better. They're running the ball with Connor, which is helping Kyler Murray big time. So I think that's helped Arizona finally put the pieces together and be a more balanced attack.
Yeah. The Baltimore Ravens hosted the Denver Broncos. Bo Nix had been on a little bit of a streak prior to going into Baltimore. Everyone knows that Baltimore just does not lose at home, right? Now, they did lose last week on the road to the Cleveland Browns, right? They came back home. Of course, you knew that they had something to prove. 41-10 versus the Denver Broncos. They ran around them, over them, through them. They did everything they wanted to. Said, should the AFC be afraid of the Baltimore Ravens?
Should the AFC be afraid of the Baltimore Ravens?
You froze, Fred.
It depends on what division you're talking about.
Just the whole
let's
AFC.
Not forget now. Well, let's not forget now. I mean, you still got the world champions that's undefeated.
True.
You can't discount the world champs. They undefeated.
You're right.
And then you got a Pittsburgh team that's streaking.
Mm-hmm.
That's that rock wall.
Yeah, and then the throw a little more shade out there. You got a Charter team all of a sudden look like it's hot as fire.
Well, Sam, we getting to the Chargers here in a minute.
But what I'm saying is, it's not just Baltimore. There's a team you may have to worry about on the AFC side. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying not no, but I'm just saying you still got to take, again, Kansas City still undefeated. Pittsburgh, they're streaking. Pittsburgh is red hot. You know what I'm saying? You have to say Baltimore plays Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh right now. I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh. That's the hot team right now. They hotter than Baltimore.
I'm going with Baltimore.
They always split at least.
I'm not saying this to be worried.
Pittsburgh has the game plan to beat Baltimore, and they do it every year. So that's going to probably be a split. I just think, but Baltimore. This is what I'm going to say. Say to what you're saying. Baltimore is like I said. We think we called them a Doberman. They're a dangerous team, man. Mm-hmm. Any given Sunday, they can be the most prolific and by far the best team on the field. Outside, let's take KC out of the conversation. But like I said, because KC did beat them early. But I would think if KC was to beat Baltimore right now in week 9 or week 10, which you're about to go, it may be a different ball game.
Yeah.
Because they hadn't got Derrick Henry acclimated to the offense and how they were going to use him as they are now. They aren't as balanced. They weren't as balanced as they are now. Baltimore always gives you these head scratching losses. They have all year. The Raiders, Cleveland, and I think they lost to it was somebody else they lost to that didn't make any sense. But they blow out Kansas City. Well, that makes sense. But then they blow out your Detroit. They'll blow out they did Detroit last year. They'll blow out the team Buffalo. Put them handily beating them, and he handed us a lot. We aren't that good right now, so I'll keep us on that conversation. But they beat good teams bad. So I mean, Baltimore is one of those teams. Like I said, they're the most Jekyll and Hyde team that you'll see. But when they're on, they're a very difficult train to stop.
Right.
Okay, let's talk about this one right here. We had Travis on. Travis is in New England. We had the New England Patriots and the Tennessee Titans, and Travis said that it should be illegal for anybody to watch this game, but it actually turned out to be a pretty good game. It went into overtime, right? Who chose the Titans on this here show?
Who said?
I kind of did. I chose the over.
No, I chose the Titans.
You did
to win it outright. I said you can't lose them all, right?
You did say that. I remember now, you can't lose them all.
Even though this is a game that nobody really watched, there were some things that happened in this game that was promising from the young quarterback Drake May. I mean, my man bought himself some time. He had people shadowing him. He showed real flashes, just like Travis said. That's enough about that game. Let's talk about this one. The Raiders and the Bengals. Just when you needed the Bengals to lose so they can have a fire sale, they go and pull this out, right? They go and pull this out to keep hope alive. I'm sorry, Lady A, how long before we pull the plug on the Bengals? Like, are we going to keep them on life support? I mean, how many more weeks are we going to keep doing CPR?
The Bengals said it's y'all or us that's going to have a fire sale. That's what they said.
Mm-hmm.
And they beat them in an unexpected way. So I guess they made their decision. They fighting. Okay. They fighting. They said it's the white light over here. We going this way. That's what they said.
I mean, they are up. They are actually the Thursday night game, a division game, which we'll get into here in a second, versus the Baltimore Ravens. So my question literally is, are we going to keep doing CPR or are we going to call it now? You know, I've been watching
It depends, Pat.
Fighting. This game.
They gonna try to breathe on their own.
They were fighting.
They have one of the most. Their offensive talent can go toe to toe with anybody in the whole league. It's their defense. So as long as you can score,
the offense scored.
They can score. They can score with anybody. It's just they can't stop anybody from scoring.
They can't do that part. Yeah, right. They could put 40 on you real fast, real fast.
Well, they not putting 40 on everybody, but they could put 40 on the Raiders. Let's say that.
Well, you're supposed to put 40 on the Raiders, and they don't play the Raiders this week coming up. So, so you're gonna right.
That's
our last game that we're gonna look at is the Chargers versus the Browns. Who picked the Browns to win this game on this show? Yeah.
Oh, you admitting that?
That's the guy over there.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah, that was
not me.
Yeah, I did. I took them brownies.
Didn't we ask you if you were sure?
I said it with my chest too. I said it with my chest. I did.
But that's all right, sugar.
I did. I said it with my chest. And look, and said to tell you, I was going undefeated until that game started. I was ticking them off. I was ticking them off.
That was kind of early in the day, but that was a bless your heart moment.
Hey, but he was hot.
That was a bless your heart moment.
I had to stop and make sure my pick was right. Wait, what the hell going on here?
I was ticking them off.
But you know, Pick.
He gonna be picked.
At some point, Pick gonna pick. At some point, Pick gonna pick. Is that what you're talking about?
Keep that same energy, huh?
Yep, you better keep that same energy. You better keep that same energy. All right, listen, it's time for all of y'all to get involved with us on this right here. We're going to play contender or pretender NFC style. So you know what you got to do, because Says a Bulldog fan. So what you got to do, you got to tell us what kind of dog this is. If they're a contender, the bigger the dog, the more fight they got, right? If they are pretender, the smaller the dog, you better stay on the porch. Y'all know how we doing this, right? Y'all understand the rules.
Use cats.
We are going to start off at number 8 again. We're going to start off at number 8. This team is 4-4. The Chicago Bears are in the 8th spot. They got wide receivers walking off the field when their quarterback goes into scramble mode. Mm-hmm. What kind of dog is the Chicago Bears?
What's the little dog with the short legs? Not
Frenchie?
The hot dog.
No.
She started the hot dog already.
The one that was in the one that was in the movie. The little what's the name?
You talking about a wiener dog?
No, it's not a wiener dog. Huh?
Little Pomeranian?
No. It's shaped like a wiener dog. We got a bunch of hair on it. Let me see.
Somebody said the
corgi.
Corgi. Oh Lord, they said that Shih Tzu.
Chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
Corgi. That's it. Corgi.
I was drinking on Dreams Resort. You know, anybody on the chat, never go to Dreams Resort.
Dog got big body, legs about that long.
See, I'm not the petty one today.
Said the dog from
big legs.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Big body.
The dog with the tongue hanging out his mouth.
That's a devil. Ugly dog.
I haven't seen it.
It's the dog. Have you seen the dog? The dog that's too long, that their tongue is too long, and they just hang out the side of their mouth. It's an ugly dog. That's the dog he's talking about.
Oh, yeah, I know what that dog is. Yeah,
that dog needs to stay on the porch. So we say the Bears need to stay on the porch.
Well,
Bears. The Bears. That's almost we are who they thought. They are who we thought they was.
Yeah,
we thought for a second they may be something different. But they didn't show their true form.
Not me.
They're going to be replacing a coach and maybe a GM come this fall.
Yeah,
I can say the dog with no hair. You know what I'm talking about?
That's a cat.
No, it's a dog that ain't got no hair too.
A hairless dog?
Yeah,
I've never seen a hairless dog.
It looked like the cat, but it's a dog.
It looked like an old man, like a naked old man on full load.
Let me Google.
He said that's the cat. No, I'm talking about the dog.
It is a dog. Like
that dog need to stay on the porch and put some clothes on. All right.
It got like a little bit of hair on the top, just a little bit.
Number 7. We got the Green Bay Packers. Said, if you find that dog, I need you to share that screen and put it up.
I'm gonna find it for you.
At number 7, we got. Okay. Come on, share that screen.
Let me see. Hold on. You know, I haven't done share screen in a minute. Hold on. Oh, and make sure I ain't got nothing else pulled up.
Oh,
no, HR. Wait, HR can't wait to send the file.
Yeah,
HR can't wait to send
HR. Let me see.
HR
Share screen
on company time.
On company time, yeah, on a company computer.
Yeah. That's a dog. What commercial? That's like that. A lot of rich people buy that dog. I forgot.
And truthfully, this one got more hair than some. Some of them only got a little bit on the top.
They shaved that dog. That's a
Paris Hilton got a dog like that.
They done shaved that dog. The Bears is a shaved dog. Okay. All right. The Green Bay Packers are 6-3. Jordan Love is injured back. He's injured. They have a legit running game. They have some absolutely stud wide receivers. Their defense is a little hit or miss. What kind of dog would you say the Green Bay Packers are?
They on the steps. They ain't came off the porch, but they ain't ran up the yard yet.
What?
I mean,
they on the steps. They off
the
porch.
You a dog that look like
what he was saying.
You don't know if he gonna bite you. If he really a dog that'll bite you, or he really scared of his shadow. That's Green Bay. That's the Green Bay Packers. We don't really know what we got. We don't know if Jordan Love's going to play or not. He's injured in and out. Then when he gets in pressure situations, he's prone to make very bad decisions.
And this is a coach's loss. This last game for Green Bay was on the coach. That's a coach's loss because the fact they knew Jordan Love had no left and right movement because of that hammy, and it was raining outside. The boy can better protect himself.
Hold on. I left Frenchie up here because y'all know.
I was thinking Frenchie too, though.
But y'all know a Frenchie will invite a burglar in.
Okay.
Tell him where the stash is. Here's all the money right here.
Yeah.
Ask for you to rub his belly.
Yes.
And take him with you when you leave.
What the Green Bay Packers do.
Just give me a stack. Just give me a stack on your way out.
We've been stealing Frenchies out here in D.C. So you know they ain't no type of guard dog.
But hold on.
They stealing Frenchies.
They do. They steal them. But I was thinking a pug, which is, in my opinion, the same type of temperament as a Frenchie. Okay. Like they just be running around and they look at you and be like, hey, and they run, and then it's like you're not acting like a real dog.
You ain't guarding nothing.
I do pug.
They're a pug or a Frenchie. Same, they cousins, same sandwich, right? A pug or a Frenchie. All right. Well, at number 6 right now, we have the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles are 6-3. They are playing much better since they came back from London. Al, I told you I had a question for you. Have you ever jumped over a defender before?
Yes, I have.
I know you have. I've seen you do that. I've seen you do that. Al, have you ever jumped over a defender backwards?
Never.
If you guys haven't seen
I didn't jump over something backwards, but I ain't never jumped over a defender backwards, man. But I'm gonna leave that for another. I'm talking about jumping off a motorcycle, lady. I'm talking about jumping off a motorcycle, lady.
I don't know what you're doing.
Get your mind out the gutter.
I'm trying my mind in the gutter. I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about.
But let me ask you this, since we on Philadelphia. What kind of dog can you say has a dumb master? Because that's whatever dog has a dumb master, that's Philadelphia Eagles. Because they are hindered. They are. If you watch that game against Jacksonville, that coach did from quarter 1 to quarter 4, did everything he could to lose that game. And it was almost like he was trying to lose the game, but he was trying to say he was playing aggressive or playing his style of ball. They really should have lost that game because
so the Philadelphia Eagles are a CNI dog.
We're gonna have to put one. Wait. We're gonna have to put that game on the referees as well now.
What?
It was clear. It was clear from their replay. You can see the man clearly pull the sock on that dude's leg before he fell down from that ball. It was clear. And it's like they know they made a bad call.
Explain to me. You up 10-0 controlling this ball game.
But still, there would have been a 14.
Why not kick the field goal? Continue to put points on the board.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about Detroit or are you talking about Philly?
I'm talking about Philly.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yeah. But then even at the end of the game, but Trevor Lawrence is so bad, and in Jacksonville so bad. That pass made no sense. It was a minute and 43 seconds. Why are you even trying to score with a minute and 43 left? That didn't even make sense. But I don't understand Philly. They're the most outside of maybe Baltimore. They're probably the most talented team running full roster.
Well, I don't know about their defense. Their defense is pretty good too. So I think that you call Philadelphia a CNI dog. They are actually leading their master around.
Yes, they are. That's a perfect description of Philadelphia right now.
Shut up and run.
I feel like they are beagle. It's because they have their master and they do what they do, and whether it's smart or not, and it's like, oh, poor little thing. You just gonna go where you told to go, and that's it.
Yeah, but they saved that defense saved him. They won't oversee it. I know. Pick my hit on the head there. They're one of those wounded warrior dogs or something like that. They go say, I'm just telling you, man, they are saving that coach because he shouldn't have a job right now.
Don said they're a bloodhound.
Well, they'll find something for it. They've been finding wins.
They all hunting dogs, all of them.
Yeah. All right. At number 5, and this is crazy. At number 5, we have the Minnesota Vikings. They're 6-2. Hold on. I said the Philadelphia Eagles are 6-3. They're 6-2. I'm sorry. The Minnesota Vikings are 6-2. They're the number 5. Number 5 right now. This is not an order. My bad. Nope. It's right. I'm right. I got it right. I got it right.
Okay.
Because I got it right. Because we're getting to division leaders right now. Okay. Minnesota Vikings. They are coming off of a loss on last Thursday at the hands of the Rams, where they didn't prepare for Puka Nacua.
They just won.
They played Thursday. They lost.
They played Sunday night and beat Indianapolis.
No, they didn't. Wait a minute. My bad. You're right. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Okay. My mind is still stuck on that. My mind is still stuck on that Thursday. My mind's still stuck on that Thursday night loss. But anyway, you're right. They did beat Minnesota. I did take the Vikings to bounce back. What kind of dog are the Vikings?
One that's gonna bite you. You keep forgetting about them.
That Thursday night loss got me mad.
I don't know, man. What's a crazy dog that you don't never know that they one of them dogs they'll bite you, but you don't know if they're gonna bite you or bite the person that's coming in the yard. Because you got Sam Donald at quarterback. You don't know what you're gonna get.
A Dalmatian?
The Dalmatians are bad. I don't know if y'all know.
Are they?
That's a Dalmatian.
I've never seen a Dalmatian. They really they just do what they want.
People think they just so cute and snuggly, and because of the movie, nah, they bad. They
I said Dalmatian.
They do what they want to do.
They do what they want, huh?
They might not be the smartest thing.
He said their Vikings are German Shepherd. Garrett, John, you got to hold that German Shepherd. You can't use the German Shepherd. Not just yet. We'll tell you.
Every top four, man.
Say to tell you what. You got to hold that German Shepherd. We're not there yet. All right. He said the Vikings are a German Shepherd.
Come on, John.
Not just yet, John. All right. So at number 4, we have the Arizona Cardinals. They're a division leader. They are 5-4. What kind of dog would you say the Arizona Cardinals are?
The poodle. That's the poodle.
I would say a Doberman.
A Doberman?
Because Dobermans are one-person owners. So as that one person goes, as they do, Kyler Murray.
Okay.
Doberman.
All right.
There are times where let's be real. There are times where he's throwing the ball and you're like, man, is that Kyler Murray? He hitting people in stride? He running?
Until Call of Duty come out.
And you know Call of Duty came out. You know what? I have to find what screen name is too.
He said mutt. You don't know what you got with them.
I was just gonna let y'all get that one.
They lead in the division. You can't take that away. They lead in their division. They had San Francisco in it. They lead in the division.
That's only a matter of time, though, Sid. That's just, it's just like the sun gonna rise in the morning, man. It's just a matter of time before we get here. They ain't gonna be there long. They just doing it now, and
that's what Dolphins are.
That was a little strong. They good guard dogs. What does Arizona guard?
Apparently, that division.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, I like it.
A child because they confusing. They look like big fluffy bears, and then on one hand, then all of a sudden they start biting people.
You might be right. Garage, yeah, he gonna get they might be Scooby Doo and them Scooby snacks. You get all the free marijuana you can in Arizona, so they might be. Yep, that's the Scooby snacks. You never knew that about the
how did we get here?
Man, if you haven't caught on to that yet, the mystery machine, you never noticed it. Man, they all
out.
That's what I'm saying. Because they just goofy. That's what they are. They're Scooby Doo. They're goofy.
So Cardinals are just goofy.
They're just goofy, man. You don't know what you're gonna get with them people, man.
All right, listen, everybody gets to answer this one, but Sid.
Uh-oh.
At number 3,
must be Atlanta Falcons.
At number 3, at 6-3, we got the Atlanta Kirk Cousins Falcons.
Swag.
See, you said Kirk Cousins. That made me want to change everything.
They swag surfing. They swag
I
surfing.
don't think they were swagging and surfing. I seen
it every day.
They was trying to figure it out. They were still trying to figure it out. Listen, what kind of dog is the Atlanta Falcons? I can tell you, they are scary. They are a scary dog. Mm-hmm. Scooby Doo, no offense. He said Scooby Doo, no offense.
He said
Scrappy Doo, no offense.
The nephew, ain't it?
Yeah, that's the little one all talking about. Put him up.
He's Scrappy though.
The Falcons are Saint Bernard.
Oh, he said that grew everywhere. Dang, that's tough.
Ow.
No, he ain't.
They might be like Cujo. Oh. They only bad if they get bit.
Wasn't Cujo possessed?
Cujo had rabies. He had rabies.
He was possessed with rabies.
Right.
They hot mean now, but they're gonna die off later. Don't you worry about that.
Whoa.
That's so mean.
Hey, coming from a Cowboy fan, I should only expect that.
I thought
especially after the beating y'all just put on them.
They infected us with that mess. That's exactly what they are. They're Cujo. They infected us too, man. They bit us and gave us the virus.
Sorry to hear that.
Only difference is we had our shots. Next.
I think that the Falcons, you guys have a black lab vibe. Like y'all chill, but we'll attack if need to. But y'all real. That's I said if need to, but y'all just like real chill. Oh, Don said y'all dumb.
But y'all dumb, man. Y'all don't listen to nothing.
I love that joint being goofy. All right. The number 2 seed right now is the Washington Commanders at 7-2.
Y'all can't respond. Only me and Sid can comment.
But I feel like Sid can respond to his team. Don't do that.
I haven't responded to any of these.
Who put the restrictions on Sid?
Yeah, so Lady A cannot answer this one.
Why I can't answer?
I haven't responded to any of them.
Go ahead.
All I'm gonna say is
hot dog.
I'm not answering.
That's what it is, a hot dog. That's what they are. They hot dog.
They not.
They hot dog. And I mean the ones that
understand.
I mean the hot dogs that go in the burn.
A hater. That's what you are.
I don't need a.
Thank you, Cuzzo.
You know what? I'm gonna give y'all a pit bull.
That's what I
offensively aggressive.
What I was saying.
And it always aggressive. When you're aggressive like that, good things will come out. Except when you're being bit by pit bull and won't let you go.
There you go.
But pit bull, offensively aggressive. I mean, there are times y'all putting up 40 points on people. I mean, it is what it is. 40 is 40. I don't care how you got it. It's still 40.
Yep.
How about the Astro or the Jetsons?
Well, Astro was intelligent, so there you go.
Yeah, okay, well,
You just say Astro.
He's a hater.
They ain't really scary, but they're ahead of their time. And that's what the Jetsons cartoon was. They were ahead of their time. They had the first mobile cell phone and portable cell phone before we even knew what a portable cell phone was. So the Jetsons were ahead of their time, and they showed us things we didn't think was available, what they were ready for. So that's the dog that the Redskins or the Commanders are. They're Astros.
Whatever.
I mean, that's a compliment, Lady A. Y'all ahead of schedule.
You about as bad as Lady A when she said the Buffalo Bills are hot dogs. That one took me out. Now, Washington Commanders are golden retrievers, good-looking show dogs. Good-looking show dogs. Okay.
Chocolate Lab.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, number one seed. The number one seed. Oh, I like this one.
Oh, okay.
Man, whatever. Man, y'all always like this nonsense.
You are such a hater.
Such a hater.
Okay, number 2 in the conference, and you're hating. Like what?
We got the second best record in the conference by a clear game right now. The number 1 seed in the NFC.
Who are you talking about?
The Washington Commanders. The number 1 seed. No, we're a full game ahead of Atlanta.
Atlanta? I think I'm with Philadelphia.
Yeah, we got Philly by
a half a game.
Yeah, because they haven't had a bye. Because we haven't had a bye yet.
Right.
Right. Okay. At the number 1 seed in the NFC, you have the 7-1 Detroit Lions, who are absolutely not taking any prisoners. Today, you see they lost Hutch. They made a move to bring in another defensive back. They are full go. They are 100%, and they're trying to get offensive linemen to be the offensive player of the year.
Penei Sewell.
Penei Sewell. What kind of dog?
Man,
Detroit Lions be?
Yeah, they got the man. They got to be they that Rottweiler, baby. They that Rottweiler. They bite and they bite hard. I mean, they that dog. They that number 1 guy. They guard that fence and they sitting on that porch and they jumping off that porch, man. I can't tell you nothing wrong about the Lions right now. They doing it yard and they got better with Zadarius. Picking up Zadarius from Cleveland right now, another edge rusher.
Yeah, they did.
I agree, Rottweiler. I agree.
Well, y'all might as well get y'all Google together right now for me.
You about to give a dog we never heard of.
Yeah, it's a Russian wolfhound. They look like it, and it's on the list of the 8 dumbest dogs in the world.
Can you show us a picture of this dog?
It's a Borzoi or something like Borzoi. It's a Russian wolfhound. They look goofy, and they're on the list for the 8 dumbest dog breeds in the world.
Can we get a picture? Can you share screen? Can you show us?
Kick the field goal already.
That exactly. You understand? That's why it's on the dumbest list. And I wanted y'all to pull up the Google. I gotta find it now.
Hold on.
What's the name of
Russian Wolfhound. Man, that's an ugly dog.
Okay.
A Borzoi? That's what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what
share screen, man. Come on, let's
go. I'm on my phone.
I'm gonna be playing with
it. It's an ugly dog. It's an ugly dog.
Ugly dog, man.
But it's bred for that's all.
Say it.
You
got it.
Yeah, you said Russian Wolfhound, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna send it.
I got it.
Put it up.
It's bred for hunting.
She wrong. She just wrong, y'all. She just wrong, y'all. That ain't no dang. You don't call that Detroit Lion. That's stone cold disrespectful.
Wrong. It's bred for hunting.
We gotta keep her on comment for anything from Buffalo or Detroit. She can't comment on any teams or any matters
you.
No comment from her over there. Anything from Buffalo or Detroit.
Hey,
It is a well-respected dog, y'all.
You just called him dumb, and you said he was.
They do dumb things. That's why they never win the Super Bowl, because they do dumb stuff.
You know what? You're right. You know what? With that right there, with that explanation alone, I'm in agreement with Lady A. Sorry.
She got fined. No, she got fined for that.
They ain't did nothing dumb this year.
They are 7-1 and not taking no prisoners.
Don't they do that every year?
But no. Detroit was
last year they played during the regular season. They played
better late, and then they did dumb stuff in the playoffs and end of the season. You're right.
Okay, we not in the playoffs yet.
They have corrected that stuff.
We ain't in the playoffs yet.
Like the 49ers got a Super Bowl hangover. The Detroit Lions got a NFC hangover that they want to get back to because they are playing some outstanding football. All right, let's do this. Let's go to our Thursday night game. Let's get our Thursday night game pick in. Let's do that right now. Today,
before we get there,
we gotta go to the record, right? That'll be last week.
That game.
That makes it. That's how you know Pitt that he messed up a little bit on
we
his.
We got to do a recap. We have to do a recap of week 9. We have to do a recap week 9 so we can jump out here. And Ashley, everybody did. Look. Let me put it like this: we've been killing it this year.
Yes.
If you want to make some money, you might want to start watching First String Podcast. That's all I'm saying. If you want to make some money, you might want to start watching First String Podcast. These are the results of the pick for week 9.
Look at that.
My Cowboys let me down this year.
Listen, I want y'all to keep that same energy.
I mean, what do you keep saying it for?
I just got to let y'all know, keep that same energy. Say it. Go ahead, break that down. Say it.
It's just showing you, Lady
A.
You still got a 4-game lead. Me and Pick is tied. Alvin, despite
Alvin about to start getting some hockey games. Alvin about to start picking hockey games.
I told you, I'm gonna figure this out, man. I gotta make up my 16 games that I didn't get.
Al, you about to start picking college football games and college
football
games.
How many weeks we got left?
We're going into week 9.
Week 10.
Week 10.
So that's
8 weeks left, right?
8 weeks left, yeah.
So each week I get to pick 2 extra college games, and for the next 8 weeks that'll make it 16 games.
But Al, they're not gonna be no bottom run games. We talking.
You can pick the game.
We're gonna have you pick like the game of the week.
You pick the game.
Versus
I'll pick the spread.
Good on good. Good
on
good.
You pick the game and I'll pick the spread.
I got you.
2 games a week.
2 games a week. Yeah.
On Saturday.
All right. So our Thursday night game that we got coming up.
Damn.
We got the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Now, like we said, both of these teams last week put up 41. They both lit up the scoreboard.
Look at that over under. Good God, man.
I asked Lady A, I said, when are we going to take the Bengals off life support? She said they still fighting. They still got their own heartbeat. They struggling to breathe, but they breathing. The Baltimore Ravens said they chasing something. We don't know what it is, but they chasing it. And I don't know how far ahead it is, but it better not look over his shoulder because the Ravens are probably going to catch it. King Henry's running, Lamar Jackson's running, and did I mention that they added a wide receiver?
Yeah.
And then they went out. I believe they added a defensive back. Can the Cincinnati Bengals defense stop the Baltimore Ravens? This is a division game. We say division games are what?
Hey, close games. All of them are.
All of them are close games. Well, let's look at this line. The Cincinnati Bengals are +6 at -110. Their money line is +215. The Baltimore Ravens are -6 at -110. Their money line is -267. The over-under is set at 53. Lady A, 53. How many points do both teams need to score to hit 53?
Oh, well, they're not going to score even points, so let's not pretend.
26.
26, I'm sorry. I said
26 and a half,
and a half.
Yep. So
22.
And we know it's 53, and that's 110 both ways for the over and the under. I get to go first, right?
You do?
I do. All right. Pick leads the way here. So with this game right here, I do like Baltimore money line. I told you guys early, Baltimore does not lose at home. I don't think that stops at all. Now, give me Baltimore money line.
Who's next?
You, Al.
Well, Joe Burrow is 1-5 against Lamar Jackson. I don't need too many more stats other than that. Better quarterback, better coach. Give me Baltimore money line.
Really, Al? Hold on, I need to check something right quick.
What you checking, Lady A's source?
He's trying to look at my spreadsheet.
You're so funny. Hey, Lady A, just zoom in a little bit. We can see reflection off your glasses.
Nope.
Thank you.
Nope. Nope.
Blow it up. Blow it up.
I got you. Say it. Here you go.
Here you go.
Oh wait.
Oh yeah, that's even better. There you go.
I still didn't find one. It's a stat I was looking for. I didn't find a stat I was looking for. Joe Burrow versus Baltimore, but I could not find. Yeah, excuse me. This Wi-Fi is tripping.
Oh. And I got the list of injuries, by the way.
Oh yeah, who's hurt?
We'll give it to me.
Everybody on both sides.
It's a division game. There's going to be some more injuries coming out of this too.
So it's, of course, because of the timing, we don't really have who's actually out, but I can see who is listed on the injury report, whether they had a full participation, didn't participate, limited. But a lot of both lists are pretty equal. Yeah, it's pretty equal. And it's on both sides, offense and defense for both of them. So Lamar Jackson
what was the
did not participate in practice. His knee.
I got one more thing I want to look at. Where is it at?
So that's probably the biggest takeaway is Lamar Jackson did not participate in practice.
He never does. He's always held out with like 2 days every week. That's like a norm.
Right. But I feel like knowing exactly what is listed as his injury sometimes helps for me.
Right.
And like I said, it's his knee. So on top of that, just like we have this information, so does the other team. So when they go to tackle him, they're going for his knee.
We just got another new subscriber. Said we got Titan 72533. Thank you for subscribing.
Thank you.
Welcome, Titan. You know what? This game right here is a desperation game for Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
This is a hang-on game by Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a bunch of points scored. I'm taking the over.
Yeah,
that's a good pick.
You said what?
I said cha-ching.
Oh. I'm gonna be honest. My source, one of the things they suggested was the over. For this game, which is surprising, but it's not, because like I said, I don't think it's going to be even, obviously. This is not one of those games where I'm going to use that T word. But
you better not.
What? Oh no, I'm not, because I don't agree with it. I do feel the Ravens will win this game. I'm going to go Ravens money line and suggest the over.
Okay. And that's our Thursday night picks. Make sure you check back with us on Saturday for our Saturday NFL edition type games. All right.
Mm-hmm.
What's next on the rundown, y'all?
Do you want me to
Oh,
go or do you want
oh,
somebody else?
oh no, yeah. Look, check it. Check
Oh,
it.
look,
Check it. Y'all know what time it is. Listen, we got no sponsorship money for anybody because I'll tell you guys later. It's time.
Gotta give me a sponsor.
It's
Man.
time for tea with Lady A. Get your pinkies up.
I see now I got hide money in a separate account.
Yeah, put it in the coffee can.
Mhm.
I was about to say I check coffee cans, Pitt. I was just about to say that.
I'm putting it in the mattress, not under, in the mattress. You have to rip it open. You have to take a knife to it.
The same hole you used to put it in there with.
I know how to sew.
There we go. Let's get to this tea.
But we have a lot of things going on in sports right now, particularly the NFL. Why do we have all these things going on? Well, today was the trade deadline.
Yo.
So that caused a little bit of drama. I did mention in one of my questions to Donna earlier that the Commanders were trying to shop Emmanuel Forbes around, and I guess nobody wanted to purchase.
Return the sender.
So Emmanuel Forbes is still with us. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but they were definitely trying to see who was interested in taking him. So there's that. One of the teams we talked about had a fire sale. Okay. We talked about where the Bengals going to have a fire sale, but they won that game, right?
Yep.
The other team ended up having a fire sale. The Raiders got rid of everybody. Luke gone. Luke gone. Rich gone. James gone. These people then brought in Norv Turner to be a consultant in a way, as a senior advisor, okay? Because they didn't got rid of everybody. They didn't fired everybody. So I don't know what's going on over there, but they had a fire sale. They bringing in the OGs to come in and try to help.
Trying to save some jobs. They're trying to save some jobs.
They're not saving jobs. They got rid of everybody. So, and let's keep in mind, his son Scott has been promoted to the pass game coordinator, from pass game coordinator to interim offensive coordinator. So he's gotten a promotion out of this. Now we know his son. You know, he been in coaching for a little bit. So
just a little nepotism.
You said just a little bit.
Just a little nepotism. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. You know, a little bit. So, and then Joe Philbin is now the interim offensive line coach. So they fire, I think Luke, Rich, James.
They fired a bunch of people.
Yeah, so I think that's it. But just keep a lookout for them. Also, we were talking about hold on. What happened to it doesn't matter. I know what I'm talking about, you know, in this situation. We were talking about Lattimore coming over to Washington.
Commanders. Yep.
That apparently happened and really made some people upset and scramble a little bit, including the Ravens. The Ravens apparently had, you know, if they were betting, they would have had their money on getting Lattimore.
Oh.
So they had to scramble a little bit because of that. And so they were the main team that was impacted by the Commanders pulling Lattimore. And so they did make some moves. However, you know, they're not going to be too happy with us. So that's kind of what's going on. Of course, you guys know we got Marshawn Lattimore from the Saints. Not sure where that leaves the Saints at this point and for the rest of their season. Al was talking about his team. We know that So Jerry is doubling down on his decisions this season. Sorry, Al. I had to you wanted to bring the team up, but
They made 2 trades today. They made 2. They sent out of Pittsburgh,
yep,
and the other one was they bought in a wide receiver.
yeah. And so they traded their a fourth round
Trey's been approved.
the Panthers so they can get Mingo, and then what was in the trade for you, Al?
A bag of hot Fritos.
See, y'all being real disrespectful.
What was in there? But you said you was
It
traded.
was cash consideration.
Takis.
It was cash consideration.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
Some
some donuts
Takis.
for Zeke. That's what I thought it was. I'm sorry.
They said
I
some
thought
Takis.
Zeke had some donuts, but and one thing that I heard that was really strange was that Dak was likely heading to injured reserve.
Mhm.
Yeah, send him there. Just send him.
Likely, yeah. We no one will ever know what's going on in Jerry's head right now, but unfortunately, the Cowboys are now considered a laughing stock. I'm sorry, not my words.
Ooh.
You can Google it. And so prayers up for Mingo. He goes from the Panthers to Dallas.
He got 2 more wins.
So
Coming
prayers
over.
up to that young man. But trade deadline, we done with the trading.
It was busy.
Done.
That is your tea with Lady A. So, as you guys know, Lady A's segment is not sponsored because somebody stole the card.
Yeah. Don't worry, I got some secret buyers coming in, and I'm not telling y'all. I'm gonna just,
We're just gonna get to it. Okay,
y'all
cool.
gonna be like, oh, what happened?
Well, listen. There were some winners this week, right? And those winners get the benefit of going to play a round of golf.
Payne Valley
Now,
this week. Payne Valley this week. Ozark National, man. Tiger
right.
Woods Golf Course over in Missouri. This week was sponsored by Westminster Dog Show for Lady A's mention of the wolf horn.
And now we know who stole the card. Al,
So,
who's
yeah.
in the foursome?
Man, it was a wonderful week of football once again, man. And this week, I am proud to make the call to a few places that I have not made the call yet. 2 places I haven't made a call. One repeat, man. One guy's a repeat player, man. I can't
He
keep
must
this guy's
really like being on your
playing more
foursome.
golf than me. He's having a hell of a year, man.
Okay.
But the first person, repeat guy, keep it simple. Man, when you jump over, when you give a spin move and you jump over 2 players backwards and you have 159 yards, 27 carries, 2 tubs, Saquon Barkley, come on out, man.
He's a different player. He's a different person. He's a
He's,
different person.
he's a dark horse MVP candidate right behind Derrick Henry.
Okay.
Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, and the quarterback for Detroit, golf. Next guy, new. Happy to bring him out, man. His team traded for a wide receiver, and he showed that he's still the number 1 wide receiver in that team. Mr. Zay Flowers. Come on down, man. 5 receptions, 127 yards, 2 tubs as well, man. Come on to the foursome, man. Get your clubs out. I'm making a call. You off tomorrow. You playing golf. Man. This guy, I've been wanting to call all year, and he's finally gave me a game to call him. When your team's 8-0, you should be called every week. You should have a week off. But when you give me 34, 44, 291, 3 tubs, and a game-winning drive, Mr. Patrick Mahomes, it's my pleasure to welcome you to Al's Foursome.
Hey, this is the first time Pat's been doing this. I mean, he went a game without throwing an interception. Pat has more interceptions than touchdowns right now, but his team continues to win with him not being his best version.
Highest rated quarterback in the 4th quarter.
And the crazy stat was that he had never thrown a touchdown when the Chiefs were tied. I said, as soon as they put that stat up, I said, they about to eat that stat.
Yep. And the last guy, man, this guy was the reason his team won. He almost messed all of our picks up. But for Seattle. But the guy plays for LA Rams. Cameron Kitchen, 3 tackles, 2 interceptions, and the 4th longest interception return for a touchdown in league history of 104 yards. 104-yard interception return for a TV. Cameron, the rookie Kitchen for the LA Rams, saved the day and saved our picks because Seattle tried to win that game. But that's my foursome for the week, man. Patrick Mahomes, Saquon Barkley, Zay Flower, and Cameron Kitchen.
Al, how many times have you put a defensive player on your foursome? It must be weird.
Almost every week.
Week. So that defensive players, do they get to ride in their own cart? Do they got to carry everybody's bags? Because I noticed you only bring one.
You get your own cart and a caddy with me. We spare no expense. This is on your card.
So, right. That's now I know where the extra charges is coming from. Now see how
the caddy coming out of that pay too.
We tip the caddy and pay for the caddy.
I bet you did.
The toothpick fund and the Westminster Dog Show. They're coming. You know what I'm saying? So we are good to go.
Listen, first off, I'm about to have to call the laws because there's no way that y'all should be just able to pay for things with my card like this. It's just terrible. That's why I couldn't get no gas the other day. I was on the side of the road. It's the company card. Listen, that was Al's foursome. If y'all ever see me, looking for some change in my cards because Al and blew the budget again. so y'all,
he didn't blow the budget, did he? Need a couple dollars.
You gotta keep the company happy, man.
You do. You absolutely do. Now, listen. Speaking of keeping the company happy, all right. Listen, I need y'all to get onto y'all's keyboards, and I need y'all to type this in. I need y'all to type this in really fast for me. Everybody in the chat, go ahead, type in the words "leaking oil." All right. Let's make this part right here blow up. On your Twitters, on your Facebooks, everything. Give me a hashtag First String Podcast leaking oil. All right. So this next segment that we're about to get into right here, this is the reason why we do this every week. We got coming up to you guys is leaking oil with Said. Now, I promise you, Said ain't got no props today. He's not backstage changing clothes right now because Al stole the card. He showed off, tipping caddies. I think I saw one tip on there for $200. I don't know what that caddy did, but Said we got no budget. Do your best. Here we go, Said leaking oil.
Brought to you by Slip and Slide. Anyway,
Slip and Slide. So it should be brought to you by
welcome everyone. Wallet. It's your boy Said. You know what I'm saying? It's leaking all the time. I know you see the back. I only got a couple props today. I had to throw some stuff there real quick, but I got some good stuff. Like my boy John said earlier in the chat, Carson Beck is leaking oil. Yes, he got one more game to come out and throw 3 picks, and I'm gonna go down the field myself and snatch him off the field. I don't care we won. Gotta go.
Well,
bulldog on bulldog crime right there.
Mama
ain't nobody got time. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do exactly what Carolina did to their head coach, who ain't had nothing on their team.
You should wipe your hands clean, huh?
That's what they did. They washed their hands up.
Wipe your hands clean, huh?
Is that a baby wipe?
No, he had no help. Sorry.
He had a baby wipe.
You couldn't wait to the end of the season. Team still gonna be trash. You trade away everybody. Everybody is gone.
Not singing Backstreet.
They gone.
Yep.
They gone. Okay. Hey, but I'm not done though. I'm not done though. I got 1 or 2 more things. Now, this goes out to Texas A&M. What I do? This goes out to Texas A&M defense and the Cowboys defense.
We get to look at Al's face.
Can't stop nobody.
Fine.
See, you got fine. Last time you put that up.
Fine.
You see the second go.
You are getting a fine. You get another fine. Another fine. We about
can't stop nobody. A&M went in hot as outdoors, We need you to do one. You know what? Actually, I'm kind of glad South Carolina showed up and won the game. So, you know what? Thank you, South Carolina. Fist bump and everything. So you know what that means? With the Cowboys losing, this is the Cowboys searching for their playoffs.
Oh Lord, not the moon. Dang, they in space looking. Dang, it's tough.
Are you surprised, huh?
Is he floating by? Oh,
floating by.
Bless it.
Hey, and just in case you didn't see it the first time, I'm going to adjust the head for you.
Oh, what?
They're really looking up in the air. Hey, where's the playoffs at?
Nah, they not saying that. Not acting like that.
And that will be Deacon Oil.
John getting a fine too.
Listen, said, I don't know what type of cash you have, but Lady Ada sent 2 FedEx trucks your way.
Yeah.
They got a heavy fine money attached to it.
Whole bunch.
Hey, all Cowboy fans, send all your emails to First Ring Podcast. I personally answer them, and I'll send your own personal picture copy of.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, wait,
why you pointing at me?
Send them to her. You HR, you handle all that.
Y'all gather all the complaints and then summarize.
Not even looking at you. Jeez.
We don't usually do personal stuff, but that guy right there got one for him. Right there. Let me get all the way up.
I'm not sure. Al.
I got a moon man too.
Oh, y'all got props. Y'all just sharing props now? Okay.
I thought we were sharing moon mans. That's all. I'm sorry.
Okay. I get it. You go through a little rough patch. Y'all trying to get hot. Y'all should be thinking y'all haven't seen this type of prosperity until I came on the show to bring that type of prosperity to your team. Y'all should be thinking.
Oh, okay. We did thank you. Every time you are being a hater, you know, amazing things happen. You were hating so bad, just like that guy from that team, you know, when we got that Hail Mary. Yeah, you were giving that same energy. And it happened.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you like this. I love it. I appreciate it. Lady A, you got a dilemma on your hand come Saturday because 2 of your favorite teams play each other. So you got you got and Mike Tomlin. You know, you and Mike Tomlin. Y'all got a long relationship.
I respect Mike as a coach. I do. I respect. He is great, and he's always going to finish over 500. Do I feel that means that he needs to beat my team? No, yes. That does not mean he needs to be. And let's keep it real, Al. The Steelers fans, they don't like us. You know why they don't like us? You remember that year they had we were terrible, and they had a streak. They were undefeated until they came to Washington.
No, we went up there.
Yeah,
we went up there.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say something. I know many Steelers fans. They don't like Cowboy fans. That's to begin with. Now, I've always had an argument with them, but why do y'all even care? And it goes back to the history of in the 70s and the 80s when the Cowboys, they don't really worry about you.
Some of them know their history.
They don't. They don't really feel.
You worry about the team that broke your 11-game winning streak. They were undefeated.
They don't care about 10-0, 11-0. They still had a good season that year. You all just kind of they didn't have the pressure of having to go undefeated.
You just want to hate on the Commanders.
I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just telling you as words bond the truth that I know when I talk to other Steelers fans. They don't. I mean, there's no disrespect, but you all aren't really a rivalry, man. Like you didn't beat them in the Super Bowl.
Oh, no, it's not a rivalry. It's just that
and you all haven't been like good that often. So it's not like you don't have a big fan base that goes over stadiums
and they don't like y'all. Why? Because y'all are not good that often.
They like us because we played each other in Super Bowls.
Oh, that was back in when was the last time y'all played in the Super Bowl?
What I'm saying is we have history.
It's been a while.
We have history.
Oh, okay. Everybody does. All you gotta do is turn around behind you and look. That's what your history is.
About the past.
Yeah, that's what
I'm
it
just
is.
telling you what has been where
Let's
it
focus on the
originated from.
future.
I'm helping you all to understand. They see this as a game they should win.
Okay,
and they're going to try. They're going to try to show. You're going to confuse the rookie quarterback. They're going to show many different things, but the key to Pittsburgh's win this weekend will be they will control the time of possession.
That sounds like a real hater to me. Listen,
yes,
we appreciate each and every one of y'all for watching First String Podcast. We want to thank you. Send a big thank you out to Donna Hopkins for giving us her time today. Also, we want to thank each and every one of you for hanging in there on this night. We know we had trade deadlines. We know we have a big thing happening here in the U.S. with the election. I hope each and every one of you guys got out to vote to make your voices heard. If you didn't, you got no need to complain for the next 4 years.
Man, I hope we don't have to complain, but it's not looking good right now.
It don't matter. You can't complain one way or the other if you didn't vote. If you didn't exercise your choice to vote, you can't complain for the next 4 years. Man, sports is absolutely a getaway. So I love this. I love this this medium and being able to get away with you all. And I really do appreciate you for Sid, Lady A, and Al. Lady A, one more question before we get out of here. I wanted to know if you received any applications in for the graphics department, for the accounting department, or somebody to make sure that Al doesn't blow the whole budget.
Budget gone. I got the go card.
So I've received them. However, both departments, they're on PIPs. And I noticed that the graphics department decided to go ahead and finally submit their work for today.
Right.
So, but then during leaking oil, we had a snafu. So we have to investigate that. We don't know where the image came from.
Right.
But everyone's on a PIP. So we have to finish the PIP out.
Everyone is on a PIP.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you that don't know, that's a performance improvement program. Right? Mm-hmm. It's not a good thing. It's like you're about to be fired, right? Mm-hmm. So my other question was, do you need any help in HR? Because I know you're overstressed. You have 3 people to monitor all the time. It's like herding cats.
Wow.
No, I don't need any assistance.
You got this?
I'm good to go. Thank you for your efforts, though. That's so kind of you, but it's not needed.
Okay, great. I'm gonna do everything I can to burn that pit.
Nor allowed.
You can't. Oh, okay, great. Okay, graphics department, you guys have been warned. All right. Well, say it. Did we cover everything?
Everything.
Yeah, I noticed that you want to straighten it up and up since you've been informed that you got a pit.
Don't do me like that.
Ow. They took you in the HR office and gave you.
Week, by the way, guys,
we're taking applications for accounting too, y'all.
Yes, everybody's on the page.
Accounting was perfect. What do you mean?
This week, man, we're still taking backup applications, and also for
the last final written warning. You have to be able to, get through that process. So as long as you keep on the positive side of things, are good.
And we taking application for Pick's assistant with his notes, so he don't keep going back 2 weeks ago. With
Hey, listen, I'm telling you right now, I'm looking for management. Yeah. Where is management? I need some help around this place. I got things on my mind. Well, say it. You know how we do it. Shouts out to my son, United States Air Force, First String Podcast, second to none. Come get some. Tell them, say it.
Go Dogs.
Raise hell.
It's wartime, baby. This what you signed up for. This what we worked hard for. You for. Y'all the first string. Y'all gotta go set the tone now. Hey, let's go. Lace them up. It's the First String Podcast show. Hey, let's go. They spitting facts on the First String Podcast show. only way you can describe him. Every time he crack the mic, you know he gonna be wildin'. Last but not least, it's my man Toothpick. Commanders is a squad and he the captain of the ship. So if you feel the vibe, go ahead and tune in. Like, subscribe, recommend to a friend.